Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. The Super Strike EZA 16 impressed me so much that I'm going to be taking him into ESBR and really show off his potential. As always, if you could do me a huge favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, that'd be very much appreciated. And I'm going to say this now, but fingers crossed, cross your fingers with me just in case. I'm not entirely sure if you're going to see this video like today. The reason for that is my internet has been kind of just shitting on itself basically today. It's kind of been on its last legs, and I don't mean it's going, I mean it's just been kind of just shitting on itself, like from the inside out. Now if I end up sounding a little bit different, it is now because I've got tissue wedged up my nose, because you know, with it now being like 25, 26 degrees in the UK right now, yeah, I'm getting really warm and I keep getting nosebleeds. So, you know, I'm okay. I'm okay, but yeah. If I sound a little bit different, it's because I have tissue wedged up my nose. So, apologies. I guess is all I can say, really. But, you know, there's not really much I can do about it, apart from just stop it from bleeding and just, you know, just kind of trooper on. So yeah, we are using the 16 in ESBR, which I'm actually looking forward to this video. We're going to soup it immediately. Good thing I used the Icarus. All 92k is fine. But yeah, we should, 16 should really be doing absolute bits in here, and I'm looking forward to it. He has guaranteed guard here because he's facing 3 or more enemies pretty much at all times, which means because he's guarding, I mean, guaranteed guard's amazing in itself. But because he's guarding, it means he's getting the 60% damage reduction off at all times. Really? Are you trying to bully Cell that much? Cell just got super attacked 3 times. 3 times. Not once, not twice. 3 times. I'm basically trying to speak through tissue right now. That's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm speaking through tissue. I'm really hoping it doesn't sound bad. But so there's not really much I can do about it, unless I want blood just dripping down my face the entire time I do this. So this is definitely probably the better option. We're gonna heal. When 16's not even on rotation right now, which is just great, just great. Yeah, we'll leave the Android 13 on rotation with Super 17 for now. We'll go for you. We'll hit you again, and then why not? We'll hit you again. We'll hit you again. But, you know, as I said, 16 is going to have guaranteed guarding here because we're going to be facing 3 or more enemies pretty much probably at all times. Not to mention, when he guards, which is, as I said, in this environment, guaranteed guard, he's going to always be getting that 60% damage reduction. He doesn't have as much defense as he does when he faces 2 or more enemies, which is that additional 80%. But 160% attack and defense at the start of the turn. With, again, in this environment, facing 3 or more enemies, which again is going to be happening the majority of the time. Guaranteed guard, which means guaranteed 60% damage reduction. Yeah, pretty good. It's going to be pretty ridiculous. It's going to be pretty ridiculous. As I said before in his showcase, the only thing that really does let him down is his links. But considering you're mainly going to be bringing him here to just soak up damage, doesn't really matter. You're not going to be trying to get super attacks off of him all too much because the damage is kind of... it's not really there. The only kind of part where it hurts is kind of linking with other units. You know, we're going to have him on rotation with probably Cell. And they only share 1 link, even though I'm pretty sure Gentleman is a key link. Is it a key link? It is. But then, as I also mentioned in his showcase, a lot of Android units, which 13's doing right now, you know, the 19 Ninja Row, if you have them, you know, there's a few other units that do. Even that Int 17, the Hellfighter 17, and the Trenchcoat 17 do it. A lot of Android units have support. So, you know, it kind of makes up for it a little bit, kind of helps it a little bit, not too much. It's not necessarily that much of a problem. I mean, we don't actually have the guaranteed guard right now because, well, you know, we're facing 1 enemy, but we're not going to have guard at all right now because we're facing 1 enemy, and we need the whole rotation to be Android/Cell Saga units, which of course Android 13 isn't. So, you know, we're not going to have guard whatsoever this turn, but to be fair, we're down to the last enemy, and also he has type advantage here, so it's not going to be too bad. He does have the additional 80% defense, and also we don't have an item active. But now we finally have him on rotation. In fact, who's floating? To be fair, I only have one other unit, that's Android Cell Saga, and that's the LR Androids. I mean, I could have built the team differently, but then again, as I said, I don't have the 16 and 18 from the Androids. No, the Cell banner. I don't have Dokkan Fest Transforming Cell. I also don't have the 19 and Giro. So, you know, obviously there's definitely a better way to show this Android 16 off right now, trying to give him that guard. Because now we're facing 2 enemies, which means he only has a 50% chance to guard when the whole rotation is Android / Cell Saga, which is a little bit annoying. But, you know, I'm kind of missing the kind of big boy units you want to be using with Android / Cell Saga. So that's kind of annoying, but we're just going to have to make do. I mean, as I said in that video, which I didn't really get to show off too much, which was his guard. I wanted to see how much damage he actually tanked on a super. We didn't get supered. Not to mention as well, his guard wasn't always coming off in the actual showcase, but we all know how guard works at least. Yeah, I think I was talking about this before. I had to quickly, you know, shove some tissue up my nose to stop this nosebleed. You might not actually even see this video today, because I said my internet has basically just been shitting itself from the inside out. Like, 1 minute it's working, and you know, it's fine for like 5 minutes tops. Then it doesn't even go down. It stays on. It goes super slow. It basically starts stuttering almost on itself. And yeah, it's just honestly been a mess. It's honestly been a mess. I'm actually going to put him in slot 1. He does have extra defense as well because of the androids on top of the defense he's got in his passive. Hopefully his guard is active, because I want to see him tank all of those attacks from Rildo. I want to see him tank every single one. Please let his guard be active. I want to see what this man can properly do. We're even supering as well on top of that, which again is why it's so helpful, the fact that a lot of the android units do support with Ki. Okay, he's not guarding. Is he guarding? Because he's taking double digits. Oh wait, no, didn't I use an item? Didn't I use a Whis? I can't actually remember if I used an item. I might have done. I think I did. Even so, we all know how guard works and damage reduction works. It means he's going to be taking pretty much next to nothing. So, you know, and you know, this unit is usable in red zone, so he can probably easily handle ESBR if he can handle red zone. So, I mean, we all know how it works. I just kind of want it to happen for the video, but just kind of not doing that for us, is it? I don't think we need to use an item here. Fighter 17 could stun again, but he does have type advantage, and he hits like almost 3 mil on a super, so he might even kill. And then at least 13 also has type advantage against Rildo in that third slot as well. But yeah, I actually can't wait for red zone. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously there's I guess some type of nervousness for when red zone comes out, because you know it's the hardest event in the game. You know, fortunately for global players, we've seen a lot of stuff to do with red zone and how difficult it is, the best units to use there, you know, best teams, things like that. We know pretty much what every single unit does, because you know those threads on Twitter which I made videos on. But still, even though we kind of had a cheat sheet, if you will, kind of going into it, which still won't save you, there's still probably like a tiny bit of nervousness where I'm like, at any moment you could get your cheeks clapped by like a mil on a super, which is insane. But with units like this EZA 16, I can't wait to try red zone and see how much he eats up in there. Annoyingly, Rildo is actually stunned, who's primarily the one attacking in this turn. But we're just gonna have to roll with it. We're gonna have to roll with it. I mean, hopefully, I never remember the other robot's name from GT, but hopefully he super attacks like 16 and he has guard active. I know he has type advantage, but I mean, it would be something. It would be something at least. I just want to show it off to see exactly what he's doing, or essentially how much he is literally tanking for on like big supers. Everything's just against me for it. As I said, I don't have the Android / Cell Saga units, like the big heavy hitters you're going to be taking, and I don't necessarily mean in damage. I mean like the go-to units. As I said, your Dokkan Fest Transforming Cell, your 19 and Giro, 16 and 18. Just kind of annoying. Just kind of annoying. I mean, I know I could have bought some super units, but I mean, it's an Android's only ESPR. Like, You know, and this is where they're gonna work best with other androids. So it's just kind of annoying. It's just not coming off for me. Again, we know how guard and damage reduction works. You know, this guy can tank like just insanely well. But I kind of wanted an actual physical representation and visual of this man tanking with his guard active, 60% damage reduction, just tanking an insane amount on a super. It's just not happening. And every time I emphasize like P words, it's just hitting off the tissue that's hanging down from my nose. It's almost like I'm spitting bars, I mean, into like a mic. Into my mic, if that makes sense. I would take it out, but I'm kind of scared that blood's just going to pour out. I mean, I'm not, but like, just in case it starts again, I want to get all blood on me. You know what I mean? So again, he only has a high... No, he doesn't even have a high chance to guard here. He literally won't... Actually, no, he has guaranteed guard because we're facing 3 or more enemies. So we can actually watch him shine right now. I'm going to bully baby. That's what I'm going to do. Bullying's bad. Never... Actually, no. An item probably would be sensible. So I'm going to use an Icarus. Kind of didn't want to use an item, but because of Cell and Android 13, kind of need to be a little bit safe with it. But I'm still going to bully baby with all the attacks. Because 13 has type advantage against Rildo. Come on. Super him. He has guaranteed... Yes! He has guaranteed guard. I mean, we do have an Icarus active. How much is he taking? 72 damage. So even with an Icarus, he's probably taking like 100 damage. Just over... He's probably taking triple digits on that super if we didn't have an Icarus active. He's probably in the triple digits, which is insane. This is what I was saying. This man is viable. This machine, or as he's been called on stream before, this oily machine... He's viable. He is very good in a lot of harder events, including Red Zone, which is why, regardless if you're a whale, you spend a little bit of money, you know, you're a goldfish in a little tiny pond, or a tank, you know, or you spend no money, you're completely free to play, you know, make sure you do this 16 EZA. He's so good, and as I said so many times, he's viable in Red Zone, so especially if you're free to play, everyone can obtain him, everyone can get him, everyone can max him out for free. He's actually probably quite a crucial unit for Red Zone, and you're seeing that there now with how well he tanked that. Again, yes, we have an Icarus active, but his guard was active, he had 60% damage reduction. I saw how much damage we took there, pretty ridiculous, but good thing I had the Icarus active. But even without the Icarus, 16 would have taken like triple digits, maybe at a push in the thousands. Which is still insane. Because that's still tanking so well. So I do have the Icarus still active, and we have the damage reduction from the Snake, so we're kind of fine here. Do this. We're going to get a Dokkan attack as well. But honestly, this 16 is insane. And as I said, he's free to play. Everyone can get him for free, max him out for free. Regardless of if you spend money, if you don't, do him. Because he is an absolute clutch unit. And I know it's kind of only one visual representation, but I mean, you've seen how well he's just tanked there. I would have preferred it without the item, but it's still really good. It's probably going to be one of the only few free-to-play units you can actually run in Red Zone, so he's definitely worth doing. Definitely worth doing. But we are down to Rildo, which means his guaranteed guard now, because we're facing 3 or more enemies, is probably gone. Which is fine. I mean, next rotation, we do have the LR free-to-play androids on rotation, which means we have a high chance to guard. Doesn't matter, because 13 decided to stun Rildo. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Kind of annoying. I mean, literally every single opportunity I could have got to guard in some of these scenarios in this run, literally the game was against me. Literally the game was against me. It started out with units that I'm missing, like the big heavy hitters, the big units you want. It started out with some of the rotations. It started out with how many enemies we had left. The stuns. I mean, again, we all know how guard works. We know how 60% damage reduction is going to work with that as well. We got a little insight of how well that can work with an item active. I mean, just kind of add salt in the wounds. We do have an extra rotation, but, you know, we're about to absolutely murder Rildo right now. His cheeks are about to jiggle, not fold. Actually, his cheeks are about to jiggle, and he's about to get folded. and you are dead. 2.7 mil crit. That EZA 17 is still amazing. But there you go. There you go. I said I would have liked a few more actual visualizers of him with his guard, but it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be, but he is a great free-to-play Android unit. As I said, he is viable in a lot of difficult content, including Red Zone, which we'll be getting in about a month's time during the 7th anniversary. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll see you next video, guys. Hopefully you actually get to see this video, and peace.